Okay, fairly simple tutorial. Just going to essentially show you how to make a profile picture. So let's say, for example, I have, by the way, I use ChatGPT always for my for the logos. Let's say we have a channel that we want to start, similar to Roof Report or just, you know, anything in general, and we're gonna call it, I don't know, Plant Report or Car Report. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do is we're going to essentially tell ChatGPT, I need a logo for my YouTube channel called Plant Report, right? And we want to always have like an idea of what we want, either whether it's a picture or just an idea of how you want it to be essentially made. Because if you don't, then it's gonna spit you out some like dog shit or like trash logo. So for this one called Plant Report, make sure the background is we'll say green, for example. Green with a plant pot. It has a plant in it. Hopefully I said that right. And then in front of that is the abbreviation for Plant Report. So it will be, then in quotations, PR. So usually what I like to do with my logos is kind of have it to where it's abbreviations just so it looks more cleaner and simple. And usually you have to kind of direct it to do things because it's not going to give you a perfect one from the jump. Sometimes you got to be like, remove this, edit this, change this, which we'll see if it needs to edit that right now. So we'll go ahead and let it generate. But usually, if you want, what you can also do is input a image. So we'll go through that in a sec. You input an image where it will mirror that style. So you have it analyze the logo, and then it mirrors that style. So we'll go ahead and let it generate this, and then see what we can do. Okay, so as you can see, looks pretty good. Same with this one. You can also use this one, but I personally like this one, PR, little plant on the back. And if we want to change something, so let's say we just want to change the background to make it a brighter green, we'll just do, okay, the first image is perfect. By the way, I've had a couple people come to me and ask me how I am able to get 2 image generations at a time. I have no clue. ChatGPT just randomly gave it to me like this, so I'm not sure how to change that. But I'll try to figure that out. So okay, the first image is perfect. The only thing I want to change is make the background green a lot brighter, not as dark. And then what you also can do is download the image and then put it in again so it knows which picture you're talking about. But make sure that you tell it don't change anything else besides the background color thing I told you about. Alrighty, and then as you can see, a lot more brighter than the first one. Up here, and you can see this one is a lot more brighter. But what you can do, again, if you don't like the color that it's giving you, a little bit more darker or whatever it is that you want to adjust. But overall, I mean, that's Loki might save that for future your channel. Okay, so to analyze, so let's go ahead and go into YouTube. The case I logo. There we go. And then we're gonna bring it in here. And you analyze this logo. Here, once it analyzes it, go ahead and do, can you make a logo exactly like this one, but instead change the letters to, we'll do branding for us, of course, VFI, views for income, and change the color from blue to gold. Go ahead and take a look at what it does. Just like that, boom, VFI. So if I'm not mistaken, the background, so the background kind of like thing didn't change. However, this did change. So we want to make sure that the background is also changed. So can you also make sure that the background is changed because it says ASI in the background. So please change that as well so that it says exactly you gave me, and make sure you don't change anything. Also make sure that, I mean, this is just using an example that you can use these logos as like kind of examples, but don't ever steal people's logos and then kind of just make it your own. But this is essentially just showing you that it can do that, right? Use this responsibly. and you can essentially make it in a style, like for example like this, but in your own way, where you either change the metallic font to something more, you know, simple, things like that. We can do pretty much any logo. Okay, so as you can see, literally listen to me, changed it, the V, the F, and then the I. So that's, it's a very simple and easy and short tutorial, because that's literally the only thing that you really do, is whatever it is that you want to create, you tell it exactly like with detail like this, and it spits out whatever it is that you asked for, you know, and then from there you make the changes, example like this, or you grab a similar one. So we'll go ahead and go into, let's say we want to do culture covered logo. Grab this. You can use these as examples. So analyze this logo. So the structure and everything. So let's say culture covered is the name of the channel, right? With the C. Let's say it's train covered, right? So it's about trains. So you need a T instead of a C. Say, okay, can you make one instead of a C, make it a C, and change the coloring to kind of a rusty brown, as it is for trains, and make the texture train parts. Let's see what it spits out. Okay, so as you can see, it spit out this error where it's a C instead of a T. But then this one, I think it needs to have a little more rusty kind of coating to it. Then having it be a train track is pretty good, pretty nice. So then, okay, I change this, make the T have a train track, what would it be? Train track texture, a lot brighter, brown. And the T needs to have a rust coat texture as well. Okay, and then see what it spits out. Again, you kind of have to play with ChatGPT like this from time to time if you're doing something a little more complicated like this, or if you're trying to make it your own, so not copy, which is what you should be doing, or making things like this, abbreviations, things like that. Here we go. Okay, so then this is what it spits out. Kind of got that little train track feeling. Same with this one. Background kind of makes it blend in, so I think this one would be a lot better. But that's pretty much it. If you do get stuck, or if you have any questions about the pictures, feel free to let me know. Hit me up on school, and I'll help you out. So again, it can remake things with different text. You can make it by itself on its own, and it can also, you know, do this. Just kind of the same thing as this, but you know, a lot more unique. So please, 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 use this responsibly. Don't copy bar for bar people's logos. Make them, you know, unique like this. Use like that type of style that people, so like roof report RR, but make it your own. So yeah, if you guys do have any questions, again, let me know in school. I'll respond. Alrighty, see you guys in the next one.